these are the top 5 custom zombie challenge maps that I played in the month of September. Oh, and if you're wondering where you guys can find these challenge maps, then check the description down below, as I've linked each and every one of the maps down there if you guys want to check them out for yourselves. But kicking it off into our number 5 spot is going to be the zigzag challenge map. And despite this map being the only one that's not a tower challenge map, it leads to very interesting gameplay where you're just stuck in such tight corridors. They're just zigzags that are repeating. I don't know why this map just feels like it works, but trust me, you do not want to go down, because having to go back and get your perks at the beginning, it is a nightmare. But besides all of that, the number 1 gun that you're going to want in your arsenal is going to be the bread and butter. Now, I'm going to be including a gun for each map that I highly recommend you use, or the gun that I use that gave me the best experience. And this gun just gave me the overall best experience. It was so much fun just to run with it. It felt like 2 tanks in my arms, bro. It was just absolutely insane and so much fun to use. But anyways, I'm gonna give this map a solid 7 out of 10, and a huge shout out to Amended for making Zig Hall, which is a solid map, fun map to play. If you're doing this solo, keep up the great work, man, and I cannot wait to see what you produce next. But moving on to our number 4 spot, this is going to be the Death Spiral Hard Mode by Volflub. Now, man, you did a great job with this map, and I gotta say, the beginning is very intense. If you're playing with friends, you have to throw nades almost instantly once you spawn in. Once you're kind of out of the starting area, it should be a cakewalk from there. Now, I can't say that the Panzers are not extremely challenging. They can definitely end your run in an instant, and you definitely should proceed with caution. And moving on to the featured weapon of this map, it's going to be the Venom X. Now, this gun is an absolute beast when pack-a-punch. You can literally train up every single zombie in the map and satisfyingly kill them with 1 shot. It was an absolute blast to use. I highly recommend trying to get the gun if you can, and I think it overall just really helps elevate the playstyle of this map. Now, the rating for the map, yeah, I'd give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Overall, map was great. The flow was awesome, hard at the beginning, and I highly recommend you guys play this with some friends. Taking number 3 back to back once again is Volflub with the Nebula Tower Hard Mode. Now, this absolute behemoth of a map has quite literally what feels like 100 towers. Not to even mention the beginning. It's extremely hard for some reason. You get a 1-shot pistol, it's extremely dark, and you don't feel like you're progressing until you at least move up 4 or 5 stories of the tower. Not even to mention the absolute atrocious spacing you have to get from floor to floor. You can block your teammates so easily into a death situation, and going down quite literally feels like such a hard reset on you and your team. It's not even funny. Now, instead of a wonder weapon or a specific weapon that helped elevate this map, I have to shout out to the perks. The perks were so much fun. It gets absolutely crazy. Just wait until you get to the very top of the map. The perks that you accumulate if you just slide where the zombies are coming. Not only do you have Banana Colada, but you have such insane perks that allow you to explode the zombies, freeze the zombies. Overall, it's extremely fun to collect these perks and put them to use. Overall, once again, Volflub, you did an amazing job. I'm giving you a solid 7 out of 10 for this amazing map. Overall, the wonderful experience you gave us. Thank you so much. And if you thought Volflub was done there, think again. Coming in at our number 2 spot is going to be the Plane Tower by yet again yours truly, Volflub. Now, I have to say, before making this entire video, I had no clue that I had picked out 3 maps from the same creator, but Volflub, seriously, man, you're doing something right. I'm loving your maps. Keep up the great work. Now, as you could probably see in the beginning of the map, it is absolutely intense. This map probably had one of the most intense starts. It combines the challenges of the Death Spiral with the fast spawning and the Nebula Tower with the tight corridors, especially trying to navigate the stairs while playing with your friends. Now, once again, different map, but the same story. I'm gonna have to give the shout out to the perks on this map. Seriously, you need to try using all of these perks, especially the one that allows you to freeze zombies while you're sliding. Seriously, this one was extremely fun. You freeze the zombies and it just brings absolute joy to your heart. But another thing that brought joy to our heart was grabbing an insta-kill and mowing down zombies going down all the flights of stairs. And I have to say, this is a new staple that we're bringing to each tower map that we end up doing. Every single tower map that we end up playing, it is an absolute requirement that we mow straight down to the bottom of the map on an insta-kill or a death machine, whatever it is. Try to get down as far as possible. Once it runs out, we turn around and we try to make it back up to the top. This was so much fun. It added a really fun twist, and hopefully you guys get to enjoy it the next time that we end up doing one of these streams. Anyways, I'm gonna give this map a solid 8 out of 10. I had a lot of fun doing it, and once again, Volflub, you're doing something amazing. Keep up the good work. Now, before we get into our number 1 spot, I want to give one honorable mention to the Mountain Dew Tower by NG Caudle. This map is one of a kind. It offers a very unique experience by giving each weapon its own little soundbite that you guys are very well familiar with, whether you guys are watching TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Now, I have to say, once again, there's no specific weapon here on this map that makes the experience fun. It all depends on which gun that you guys think is the most obnoxious and just the most fun in your guys' opinion. Overall, I have to give this map, unfortunately, a 5 out of 10. It was great in terms of the aesthetic and the environment and the gun noises, but I have to say, it does get extremely annoying after a while, so I hope that is self-explanatory. But the moment you've all been waiting for coming in at our number 1 spot is going to be the Cheese Cube Volume 6 map by Ice Grenade. Now, Ice Grenade, I personally want to say I've been playing your Cheese Cube maps. They're great, and I highly suggest that anybody who is looking for an extreme challenge goes ahead and follows Ice Grenade and just tries one of his maps. They're a lot of fun. Any one of them will do. Anyways, this map brings an extremely unique perspective to custom zombies. It has so many different layers, so many different maps to it. There's just a lot to do in this map. It can be extremely overwhelming. It can be extremely fun. Whether you're playing solo or with friends, I highly suggest that you give this one a go. Overall, I have to give this map a 9.75 out of 10. Honestly, I'm kind of skeptical on giving things 100% 10 out of 10s, but hey, a 9.75 is as close as I'm willing to get. I think you did an absolute amazing job with this map, and I cannot wait to try any sort of future Cheese Cube maps you have in store for the rest of us. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the top 5 custom zombie challenge maps that I played this month. I'm wondering what you guys think. If you guys really like this sort of series, I'm willing to do this more often if it really helps bring attention to new creators and new maps that you guys are willing to try. Then please use your voices down below. I will read you guys' comments. I love hearing from you guys, and I would love to make more content like this. Now, with that being said, I hope to see you guys in my future streams and future videos. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.